Hey, you guys, and welcome to my Bookish 2015 resolutions. But first, we're going to take a look back at my 2014 resolutions to see how I did, because I actually had written them down, well, some of them down last year, so we can go through them this year. So the first thing that I had on here was buy less, read more, and I feel like the buy less of this portion was definitely taken care of. Okay. I definitely bought way less than I usually did, and I know some of you are probably like, Keisha, but she did a book haul every Monday. But before that, I was doing book hauls like all the time, like multiple times a week sometimes. Plus, on top of that, I would buy there would be a whole lot more books per book haul video. But as you saw, like throughout the year, the book haul started getting smaller, having less books, and just like, you know, being awesome. And part of that was because of the buy less policy I enacted, because some of those books were like from the previous year, and then like I had made a lot of orders that didn't already get in. So, but that and the fact that I made myself like limited my order from Book Outlet to like once a month basically. Now I made 13 orders in all from Book Outlet last year, but so 2 of those were not for me. Like I sent it explicitly to someone else. A couple of them, like I bought it and like one book was for me, but the majority of the books were for other people, for like birthday gifts and stuff like that. And then the amount that I bought from there like lowered drastically as well, so I didn't buy as many books per one order. Like one order I only bought like 2 books, so like that happened like a couple of times. So that was really good, because I don't want to mass buy as much anymore. Hopefully, I mean, if I see a lot of books that I really want cheap, I'd probably get them, but you know, when does that ever really happen? But so I did that. The read more, I mean, I read a little bit more, but not a whole lot. But it was really the buy less that I'm glad I accomplished. Get new bookshelves, I did that. I got 2 new bookshelves, so that was awesome. Goodreads goal 100, but I want to go over. I did that, so my Goodreads goal is always 100, but I always want to go over. So I actually went over, and I was so excited. I went over by like 6 or something. Not a lot, but hey, that's great. Participate in readathons. Not only did I do this, okay, I host a #yearathon. Not by myself. I'll link the group down below, and it has everyone's information. But that's like a readathon each month for a week. So I did that. Awesomeness. And then I had replacing paperbacks to hardcovers and hardcovers to paperbacks. This one was just a tentative one, so it wasn't really like a main one, and that's just because when I remembered to actually do it, look for like cheaper ones, or like trying to find something that's out of print, it's kind of hard, so it wasn't like a hard and fast rule. I did it a couple of times, like with the Keys to the Tower series by Garth Nix. I believe I replaced the first one of the hardcover to hardcover, and I still have to replace the second one because I got a library copy from $50, and no, that's not gonna cut it. But one of the ones, like Scott Westerfield, like I have his Ugly series all in the original covers, in paperback basically, except for extra, which is in hardcover, so I need to find an extras hardcover that matches that set. So that's what I really want to do following this year. Hopefully it would happen soon, but it's not like a set thing. And then #Friday read. Every single Friday I basically did it. I think I missed one Friday, maybe. I'm not sure if I just like later that day, I think I put it on, but it was just later, late on a Friday, because I was like, last minute, go ahead, whatever. And that's, so I won't be doing that again, but I made it. That's why you guys saw #Friday read all the time, and it was good, but after a while it got really like, I really don't feel like doing it, but I said I would, and yeah, so I did. I accomplished it. It was great, but not so much this year. So let's go on over to our 2015 goals, and of course my first goal is to read more, buy less, of course, you guys, and that kind of like runs into like 2 of the other goals I have, which is read more of what I own, and then catch up / finish series / reread. So basically, and I don't really want to buy a whole lot of new books this year, or like a new books part of in series. Now of course there's going to be new series that I want to read, and I'm not going to stop myself from reading all of them, but I've really been trying to pull back a lot in starting a new series just in general, so that I can finish the ones I have and stuff like that. Plus, you know, when new authors comes out with, like, an author I already like Victoria Swag, she's coming out with The Darker Shade of Magic, and I really want to read that because I really love Vicious, and so I'm definitely going to be getting that because she's just like an author that I love. Like, Rick Riordan, gonna buy his new series, It's a Law. So there are going to be a couple of others like that, but I'm going to try not to stray too far in buying like just new ones in general. Then we have like the catch up and finish series, of course. Finish catching up, like I need to reread Shatter Me, which is why the reread part is on there, or like the Darkest Minds, and then catch up on / finish the series because I own the whole series, so I should really do. And then like finish series is just like I own a lot of complete series, so I really do need to like start them and read them and finish them, and that is it. And of course I want to read more physical books that I own, so that is part of it. So like I own a lot of stuff on Kindle, of course, but it doesn't take us much space, and I'm really like trying to like just see what I really want to own versus what I can put on my Kindle. So like if I like something but I could relegate it to like a Kindle copy and I feel like no one's really gonna bother it as well, then yeah, that's a thing. And maybe I'll start using that fabled thing, the library. I'm not sure, it'll probably just go to Kindle, but like the library, I'll try to make it in play. That probably won't come into play later towards the year when most of my books are already read. And so you read more what I read. Okay, so we have 4 new bookshelves. So this is gonna be like a weird one. So I have like this really long dresser. It's like really long, like this way long, and it has like 2 big dressers with it. So I mean, it's nice to like my TV's on there, and because the entertainment center I do have, like the TV won't fit where the entertainment is because it's like bigger, because it's like one of those boxy ones, and I upgraded a TV finally in my life. And so plus it's easier to just like lay like everything on there, like the PlayStation and stuff like that. So, but I really need to just get like one of those box dressers so it will take up less room. Get a new entertainment center because the one I have is not like working, so I need to rearrange furniture in order to like put in the new 4 bookshelves that I want to get. Now I already have space for at least two or 1, because I'm going to be replacing one of the shelves I already have because it's broke. Like I had replaced one last year, and this one is just leaning against the wall, so I really need to replace it. They're in my other room. You guys, I'll link a video down below when I put up the new 2 shelves I already have, so you can see what they look like. If you don't know already, but they're just like big, like 6, and have really just dark black. So number 1, I have to wait till Walmart has those, buy 4 of them, and then have my uncle hopefully put them up for me. And so yeah, and 2 of them will be specifically for books, 1 will be for movies, and 1 will be for TV shows, because the one that's leaning right now is the movies one. Can't speak. But yeah, so that's gonna be like really late towards the year, because yeah, that's a lot of stuff to be thinking, because I have to sell the ones I have, and then yeah, fun times. I'm really going through a lot for new bookshelves. And then in order, since I made like the Friday Reads video thing last year, this year I'm going to do a hashtag a yearthon video all the time, and not just like a TBR and a wrap up. Now I'm talking about update videos. You guys know what I'm talking about. Updates, like, you know, how many pages I read, which day I read them, like my phone. I did that last year, like once or twice, and I kind of miss doing it and like just keeping track of everything, because I would really love that. I like that part of the experience of like taking part of a readathon. So I really want to attempt to do that all the time this year. We'll see. It's a tentative one. No, I should make it a firm one. I'm gonna make it a firm one and see if that happens. And then even though it's sad, I'm gonna do this. I need a new star rating video, like a rating video. I made one and it was like a 10 scale, and I even made like on how many stars it goes on, and it was really long and complicated and just not really needed, and I had changed it just to be more accessible, especially when I started doing reviews and stuff, like written reviews, and reviewing more Goodreads. So I kind of switched over to like the Goodreads ones, but I still like do like half stars. So I wanted to explain that into a new video, and yeah, and I just really wanted to make that video. So I will hopefully do it this year. And then some more tentative ones was read 4 classics. So like that equals to like one at least every 3 months. I like classics, and I've been trying to, you know, buy more and like collect them in certain editions and stuff like that. But I also, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to need to really read them. And I know that 4 is like crappy to read because I obviously own more 4, but I feel like this is a good start for this year because I probably won't start buying more until like later in the year and have more surplus or whatever. But I do hope to read more than that, but I at least want to read 4 classics, and hopefully that will get done. I think I read like 3 last year, like two or 3, so it's doable. And then I have the reread the last 3 Harry Potter books. Okay, so for the hashtag a yearathon last year, I only read the first 4 Harry Potter books, and then because I always try to avoid this, like it's not like I hadn't read Harry Potter fan fiction before, but I hadn't really allowed myself to get that deep into, you know what I'm talking about. Like there are certain lines you just don't cross, and I crossed them, and I literally read Harry Potter fan fiction for like 2 months. It was a surprise I read anything else besides Harry Potter. It got to the point where friends and family were just like, ke-sha, you need, what are you reading Harry Potter fan fiction again? Like it's getting shameful. Shameful. It was getting shameful. And on top of that, it was like the first time in my life that I haven't like read them like one after another, like for as long as I remember, ever since I was a kid. Every time I reread one book, I would reread them all to the point, if I owned all the ones that I had at that point, or even after, because this is the first time it didn't happen. It's like the first longest break I've ever had, so it's weird. But hey, I now have Harry Potter fanfiction in my life, so Harry Potter never really goes away. Plus, it was kind of easier to slide into that because, you know, I remember everything about the last 3 books anyway, although, but so yeah. Keep moving on, ke-sha. It's getting shameful as more as you talk. So because of this, there's gonna be like a tie-in for like what I was talking about earlier about reading more of my books. There's a read and release program that is a really tentative program because like I liked Dust City by Robert Paul Western or whatever his name is, but it wasn't the best book, and I'm probably never gonna reread it, but I still kept it because the cover is awesome. So I know that is sad, but okay. But I know I started putting books to the side that I feel like I might like, but not necessarily ever want to reread again, or like maybe won't like at all and need to give away. Just do that. So I want to read those and like push those, give them away, make more room on my shelves. Just do it, ke-sha. Like it needs to happen, and it's only tentative just in case one of them has a cover that I like. And yeah, just things and reasons. And also letting go of the book before movie officially. It's not really a resolution, just a thing in life because I've practically already done it. So you know how I'm always like, I'll read the book before the movie, and like with Gone Girl, I'm probably still gonna try to keep reading the book before the movie because it might be a book that I will enjoy. But A Life of Pi, like I knew about the book before it became a movie, and I wasn't ever really but I saw it when I was at like either it was like the library or like I was at like the place where I can get it for like 10 to 25 cents, and I was like, oh, let me do that, because I was really firm about the book before the movie thing. But, you know, after reading 1 or 2 pages the other week or whatever, I was just like, yeah, this ain't gonna happen. Because it's one of those books which it sounds interesting, and it probably really is interesting for some people, but like that subject material for me is more interesting watched on a movie screen than it is for me to actually read it. Like Confessions of a Shopaholic. I love the movie. That book. No. So, those are most of my 2015 goals that I could remember and writing down. I mean, for some reason I had fan fiction addiction on here, but I think we all know that it's never gonna happen. There's no resolution to that except maybe just try to make sure to balance it more with my reading physical books, because yeah, I'm never gonna stop reading fan fiction. It's not getting any lesser, you know. Sometimes there are spikes and sometimes there are lows. It's just a thing. It has its own life. And you guys let me know your resolutions down below. If you're gonna add any of my resolutions here. Oh my god, I forgot to talk about my Goodreads goal, which is gonna be 100 books again this year, but of course I hope it goes over. Yeah, I'm hopeful it will, but we'll see. But that's it, and you guys let me know some of your resolutions. Maybe I need to add them or not, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.